Alright then. Last time on Dungeons and WheatTons, go!
Hey,
Last time on Dungeons and Oh, someone
no,
has a
go then,
new
because I wasn't ready. I was reading.
Oh, well, yes. We finished up the fight at Monsieur Gatsby's Manor, which was quite harrowing with Cornelius being controlled by the enemy and laying into poor Prisma from behind.
Oh man. Yeah, almost. A few of us
Thankfully,
have gone down after finally getting Donis, the Masked Avenger, down. And the friend trying to drag everybody in that little circle down. We did lose Okrith, but I managed to save his body.
He's dead!
Okrith is full on dead.
Oh wait,
But Jarek is also dead. So there's
no.
that.
There you go.
Yeah, not before the friend greedily took the giant bomb down into his army wormhole.
Yeah, at least, well, yeah, that's a good thing. He can keep that. Moreau dipped after taking control of Gatsby's wife. Matilda is her name, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and she admitted to being pregnant, but they didn't tell her to say that.
Is it Gatsby's? We don't know.
How would you know about the side of yes that it is his? Well, so, there was a major stuff. It was mostly combat.
Yep.
How do you get to rest?
I got to rest. Got to level up. If anybody wants to tell what they got to each other for their level up, they can.
Just want another and cleric.
Nobody's going to understand me when I say I'm just now a charger. Wait, weren't you a charger all along? Yes.
Yeah, that's your whole deal.
So now you're more of a charger? Yes.
Even more of a charger, yes. I can now bonus action after a dash. Attack.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
wait, hang on. Are we all level 8?
Yes.
Okay, just check.
Okrith's not.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm quite sad.
Oh yeah, and I also need...
That's alright. We'll find a use for his core.
Oh, we're gonna try to ask the king. We can't resurrect him.
Or at worst, we could use him like we used the Medusa head.
These are all good thoughts. Are you all ready to wake up for the day? After your long rest?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Natus will wake up from a dream going, McCold? McCold?
well, as you all wake up, for some reason you feel a little groggy. Like you slept hard, you might have slept at like an extra hour or two just from the fatigue of the day before. But as you wake up, you find that you were covered with blankets and given pillows and stuff. But all of your throats are just a little scratchy, a little dry and painful. And some of you have a bit of a stuffed head.
Can I, hold on a second. Do I have something? Let me see.
Other than that, everyone's pretty much fine.
Yeah, I don't have
So just some of us, or
All of you.
all of us?
okay.
What you trying to do? Maybe I can help you figure it out.
I was just saying if I put a spell there that could help. I beg do a medicine check
Yeah, go ahead.
on at least myself right now.
All right, you kind of like feel around your throat, and you could feel that you're a little lumpy, a little swollen under there. And
Oh,
putting your hand on your head, it doesn't take very much. You can feel that you also seem to have a fever.
okay. And everybody's feeling like can I tell they're all feeling this way?
You could insight, or you could maybe ask anybody.
I, is anyone else feeling a little off?
Pretty sure we caught a cold from sleeping on the floor.
Yes, it's possible. Well, besides, use one on myself, not. Well, I'll wait to use a spell, but I'll just check everybody. You're all feeling alright. Negative feeling the same.
His nose is all dry and he won't wake up.
Negative. Alright.
He uses his grapple rune to pull the blanket over his shoulder and rolls over.
Okay. Well.
Probably sleeping with all the corpses.
Alright,
Well-
I'm gonna.
As you're thinking that, Vitaria and everybody else that is awake, you actually notice that although I still have them on the map, they are actually removed. And you see a line of tiny robots kind of just going back and forth, mending the floor and sewing the carpet and everything very quietly.
Okay.
And the damage to the mansion is being repaired.
Alrighty, I don't see a lefty or a righty anywhere.
You see a couple of parts of Lefty, but you don't see the main whole body. Since she was basically dismantled.
Yeah. I guess I don't want to just be wandering around their house, but I see if they were awake. The Gallant and wife.
Probably best to not if you go into their room.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Just saying, they're husband and wife.
Guess I'd be checked. Probably checked here if they were in like a dining room or something.
Well,
Quick before checking upstairs.
just looking around in the dining room and everything, you don't see anybody, and you don't hear anybody coming from the kitchen beyond the dining room. But it is pretty easy to hear a little bit of noise coming from the second floor.
Alrighty.
And you can move over there if you want, and we can, like, I can scroll over there, or you could just say you're up there.
I can say I'm there. Go up to the, I believe it's their room.
Well, it's not actually their room that you're hearing a bunch of stuff from.
Oh.
See, if you go up the right set of stairs, you'll go to their bedrooms. But the left is Gatsby's office and his workshop. And you hear things coming from his workshop.
Oh, well, then I'll go up that way to his workshop.
Alright, the door is wide open. Anyone can come in. And you can actually see...
So,
Yes.
no, I'll still knock on the door as I walk in there.
Well, you see Gatsby, as well as Wright's torso, and a slightly more repaired lefty head and torso that he is just fixing them to where they are functional enough to talk at this point.
Okay.
And then he will fix them again, fix them more over time.
Say, good morning, Mr. Gallant.
He kind of goes, good morning.
Morning, Dad. I don't know if we've all come down with a cold or something, but it sounds like you got something going on too?
Slightly.
You should.
I don't really know how it came on so fast, but
Yes. It's strange all of us seem to be ill.
Righty says,
Perhaps.
I am just fine.
Well,
And Lefty says,
Guess-
me too.
I guess the organics here would get a virus or disease.
Gatsby kind of knocks on one of their heads with a wrench, and he says, you're not fine.
I mean, yes, both you're only half here. Let's see.
Funny
There is
joke. Ha ha ha.
there's the hospital. Maybe we get checked out. So many nefarious things happen around us. Probably best to be on the safe side. You seen if your wife is feeling the same?
She's still sleeping at the moment. She was stabbed in the liver.
Yeah.
I healed her, but I'm gonna just let her sleep as much as she wants.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Go. Fine. I'm gonna take all of our groups to the hospital. To get us checked out.
Alright.
Be back here if anything significant or if it is just a simple cold.
He just kind of... He seems like he's not a very good sick person. And he's just kind of like gives you a thumbs up and like waves you away.
Alright, so gather up the group. Even natives, like, come on, dude. Get you some snacks along the way.
And as you're leaving, you hear the the starting up of like a blowtorch. And you hear, God, that's bright.
Alright.
Well, Nadis will, like, not make you promise or anything like that, kind of strong, but he'll be checking to see that we're going to sort out the cult today.
Yeah. We're gonna check ourselves out real quick. And also want to find a place to buy one of the tarps that are used to protect from the rain, so we can wrap lockers in. So
I mean, you might have one like handy, don't you? Or,
I don't know if always have a spare.
I don't know. I guess he wouldn't have brought it with him to cover anything that he sleeps on.
Yeah, I probably should have had a traveling one.
Make him a sleeping bag out of it. But all right. So you guys are good to go to the hospital?
Yeah, unless anybody feels like they want to stay behind, but taking who I can to the hospital.
All right. Well, you've been there before, so you know how to get there. But as you make your way there, you notice that a number of the people just around out in the town are a little more lethargic than usual. And you hear that they're not quite as loud whenever they're yelling about their wares and such from the food stalls and stuff. Where you'd usually hear like hot dogs, you're hearing hot dogs.
Yeah, well, it seems there's something going around.
And you see that as you go a little bit further and get nearer to the hospital, people just seem to get healthier. Like they aren't affected by that cold, or maybe it hasn't just gotten there quite yet. Oh, there she is.
20 minutes.
So, out of character, do you think this big bomb was some kind of like biological weapon? Some
It seemed like it.
Not to mention it didn't explode. Or
No,
if it did, it
Oh.
was probably not on this plane of existence.
Yeah, in this dimension,
it
exactly.
was definitely not near us. It exploded. So,
But yeah, there's no incident as you get to the hospital. But as you do, all of you seem to feel a little bit better.
Hmm.
Like this might have been a wasted trip kind of better.
well. Alrighty. Let's still try to find someone to talk to.
Is Ocrith with us, or have we left him back at the mansion?
Did you want to touch him without the tarp?
Not you want to get the tarp before we.
I'm just like figuring out what's going on. You know,
Yeah.
now I'm like thinking, is it because Ocrith's dead?
Yeah, I was thinking.
I mean, Nadus was the only one that drank out the toilet.
But I just want to mention to some doctor or something like, even if we're feeling better, saying close to Gallant's place, a good wide range, you can see number of people seem sick. Seems like a cold, but it seems very strange that so many seem sick.
Well, if it's just a cold, then of course it's gonna go around, but most people would probably just fight through it here.
But it, again, seems to just happen. Usually a cold builds. You notice it the day before or something happening.
Well, unless somebody comes in and
Well, that's the
requires
thing, we were
assistance.
feeling- We were feeling pretty bad. But as soon as we got closer to the hospital, it seemed to dissipate.
I'm sorry, but would you like us to run some tests on you?
I mean, yeah. Something, maybe, I don't know what's going on over there, but it's a little too strange to just ignore.
All right. Well, if you'll sign these papers, we'll check you in as quickly as possible. And how will you be paying for this?
How much is it?
Well, if you're just going for a checkup, probably be around 200 gold.
Right.
Nadus will say, "That's my mask thingy. Give me my mask thingy."
Well, before. Yes, Dave, you know what? That's a good idea. Well, before I go and spend 200 gold on that, let us perform our own little experiment.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can expense it to Mr. Trelby.
Yeah. So yeah, I suggest we all put on our mask and go back and see if we're affected again. We'll get that tarp on the way though. However much gold we gotta spend on that.
How much you want? How big of a tarp?
How big of a tarp?
Yeah.
How tall was Ocrith? Guesstimation.
I'm gonna say 5'9", cause that's around average. And I don't. Hold on. Let me get. No, that's not the folder.
I'm sure the tarps are pretty huge, right?
They're good. They're pretty good.
Could probably just buy a regular sized tarp and that'd be fine.
5'10".
The tarp or Ocrith?
Ocrith is 5'10".
Okay. Well,
I
maybe
opened
a
up his
tarp is
character
like-
sheet. I saw it. All right,
On the
but
way,
go ahead.
on the way back, because I'm feeling better, I dash the whole way.
All right. You know by now where to get this kind of stuff, so you're able to find the store pretty easily, and it'll be 20 gold for a not wagon-sized tarp because you don't need that big, but it is big enough to cover Ocrith.
Yes. I'll do that.
But Natus, as you dash the whole way, you get to a certain point, and you're not feeling too good again. And it seems to be a little bit farther than when everybody started feeling better. Whenever you were going the opposite direction.
Okay, my pace will slow and my head will hang. And I'll do like an exaggerated.
So, while he's wearing the mask, right?
Yep.
Alright.
So it's clearly not airborne.
Well,
Yeah,
you
so-
also might remember that mask was specifically to keep out the mercury mist.
Oh, so it might not work on other things.
Might not work on things that aren't as heavy, you know? So, like, if you were to go into the miasma with that mask, it definitely wouldn't work, and you all know that. Without even trying it.
Well, not to mention that, as far as I understand it, the miasma is pretty caustic stuff, so anything that wasn't covered by the mask would probably immediately mold over.
Yeah, you do know, like, in character, at least most of you with your general knowledge would know that, I mean, Prisma probably wouldn't, and Natus probably wouldn't, but there are suits, like full-body suits, that are able to withstand the miasma, but don't have the greatest track record in lasting for a long time. So people, like, attempt to go on treasure hunting missions on the surface for a couple of hours at a time, you know? At most. But yeah, as you get closer, you all start to feel a little again.
Okay. Some radius or something. I am concerned that it could be awkward, so I'd like to inspect him as soon as we get back. Off the mask. Not doing nothing.
I did have a question of how is everybody, like, traveling right now? Full gear and everything?
Probably.
Like, do you have,
I
like,
mean, I know I am.
are you holding your swords, spears, anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to know if they're, like, away in some way, you know? But everybody seems to just kind of ignore you, though. Like you weren't just the garden's most wanted last night.
Yeah. Alrighty. See, so everyone's just going about their day?
Everybody's just trying to go about their day and push through the sickness. Like, it's just a little tiny thing. We're not gonna stop working for that.
All the while feeling worse and worse.
Yeah, it does seem like everybody is getting worse and worse as it goes on, but at such a rate that they probably didn't think that it was that big of a deal until people are falling over.
Yeah.
Which you can see as a waiter falls head first into a table and topples it over.
I hate this town.
Okay, he's got people helping him, right? Like they're trying to help him.
Yeah, they're trying to help him. They're trying to pick him up and everything.
Okay. So I think We need to figure out what's happening here. So, we'll hurry along back to Gallant's place. Yep. Be a little observant along the way, just in case we see anything suspicious.
Another point, just because because you're dealing with all the talking, Joy, I just want to put you on like little mind ideas that I'm having. But remember when we were in the other town and the chess pieces said they were going to poison the water supply?
Yes,
I'm also thinking something like that could be happening.
could be. Something. Okay. But yeah, I do want to check Awkward first.
Alright. Well, you get back. You kind of, as you come in, the door is off the hinges. You don't have to worry about knocking.
Yeah.
You just walk in, and you can see that Gatsby is sitting up against the wall at the top of the first part of stairs, underneath the big portrait. And as he sees you, he just kind of like pushes himself with his cane to his feet, walks a couple of steps, and then sits back down. Like he is unable to walk forward anymore.
Yeah. Gatsby is definitely something with a large radius causing people to get sick. Because when we got to the hospital, we felt pretty good. As soon as we got closer here, not too great.
And as you get a little closer, you can see that his eyes are beginning to water. But it's not exactly water. As he begins to bleed from his eyes.
Holy shit. And as they get closer, cast a healing word on him. Just see if that stops at least that. Just a small healing word there.
Doesn't necessarily seem like he's actually injured, as it kind of stems the bleeding and then it just starts up again.
Okay.
Maybe we try hauling him to a clear area? Back where we weren't feeling sick?
Yeah, I need to get his wife too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest when you guys go scoop up his wife, I'll wrap up Awkward. Try to sling him over on Natus.
I wonder if Awkward was the source of the contaminant.
That's oh yeah. Let me check Awkward first.
Before you just try to wrap him up.
Yeah, let me like a medicine check on his body. What's going on there?
Alright. Well, as you attempt to get closer,
Oh,
that's a pretty good medicine check. You could tell definitely that he got ran through by a big old claw.
yeah.
But as you attempt to get closer, your spear begins to just vibrate like crazy.
Okay.
And
Try absorbing him.
a black a black tendril of his blood whips out at you.
Whoa.
Does that hit?
Does that hit? I think it might. Yeah, 14.
All right. You take half that because you're resistant to necrotic.
Okay.
But as it touches you, you immediately feel worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like you might have to vomit.
So it's. So just I think it might be awkward. Just trying to hold it back.
And almost like a rattlesnake, you can hear this sound of shaking as the blood retreats back into his body.
Okay. I think I'm gonna need some help to wrap him up.
I will draw its fire.
It's, yeah, I try to like just unfold the tarp, like try to toss it over him to cover as much as we can and hold the sides.
You see it almost like a child kicking and punching a sheet that their mother or father is like waving over with a bunch of air underneath, is like trying to get at you.
We could reduce its size.
Yeah, could we?
Yeah. Dominicus has just learned and large reduce.
Well,
Alternatively, we could make it bigger. Not sure how that would be helpful, but we
I
could
don't
do.
know.
It would be funny though.
um, I'm gonna I'll do that with the tarp getting there. Everyone who can to help me, so we're all fighting this till Gatsby and stuff. Like I think it's awkward. Just need. Or can the he has those little robots? Can they help us tie him up in this tarp?
He kind of waves his hand and points over to him, and they all begin to help you tie him up.
All right.
So other than his auto defense system, you're not even necessarily going to have to roll anything to get this guy tied up, though.
Okay. Alright, so he's wrapped up in this. Does it lessen the effects that are happening to us? Is it still there?
It doesn't necessarily seem like the effects of the sickness that you are all feeling is being lessened by it, but you can touch him and move him now.
Alright.
Well, first thing we should do is probably get him out of, like, town proper and maybe to the outskirts where he's not gonna do any more damage.
So, only way to get really outskirts of here is to just leave the town entirely since we're hanging in the air. Oh god, feel like we'd die if we went on the cart, what is it? Somebody help me, the thing that we rode up to get
The
here.
gondola?
Gondola. That was like an 8-hour trip, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I don't think we could deal with that beside this. So tell Gatsby, the portal. Can we still use that?
Yeah. Please do.
uh. Oh god, we still have the fucking monkey back there though, and the cart.
We just, and I'll say to you, McCall, just come with us. I talked to him. He'd find him, friend.
Okay. I mean, I also have to speak with animals.
No cage, though. Out of cage.
Alright. Natus. Oh god. Just real quick, Gallant, could we use it to get back here to the portal to get our stuff? The teleporter? To get rid of put the body somewhere safe?
Can you rephrase that, please?
If we go now through his teleporter, are we able to come back when we feel like it, or have to do something so we come
As
back and
long
get
as
our
you know
stuff
someone
back?
who can cast teleportation circle.
I don't know if we know anybody.
Yeah. It's a safe bet we don't.
So, yeah, I was hoping some way to lessen.
Is
That's,
Dominicus feeling ill?
Yes.
So it affects zombies too.
Okay, Natus, if we can buff you up to fight this sickness, to run over there, get the cart, get McCall, get through that teleporter.
Made us strong. Oh, but
We'll use aid. Just put that there. Just to give us a little extra in there.
Just in case he starts taking damage.
Yeah. Use that on him, myself, and I'll take Aladdin with us. Since he's a speedy guy when he can be.
I mean, you're not to the point of actually taking damage from this stuff yet.
Okay. So I'll tell everybody in here. Guess go to where the portal's at. I don't know where his teleporter's at, or can he just do that from wherever?
He can technically do it from wherever, but he has one set up that he doesn't have to redraw in his house.
Okay. So my thing is, me, Natus, and Aladdin will go run over there, hook all that stuff up, and then come running, barreling back. And maybe you guys drag Akra's body to where you're gonna teleport. Hold it there so we can all just kind of run through as soon as we get back.
yeah. Dominicus will agree.
Alright.
Alrighty. Well, once again, it's not that hard of a task. You guys leave and run on over to the walk-in, where you find McCall just kind of chilling, looking incredibly bored.
We'll start hooking up the carts and Natus and I still the speak with animals works with all animals, right?
Yeah, all beasts.
Uh, so yeah, you know, McCall, say, hey bud, we're gonna. You're ready to go on a trip?
Going trip?
Yes. Come with us. You're gonna feel a little bit sick.
Nay, nay,
We just
pets, bring me home to Papa?
Yeah.
uh, yes, we will do our best to get you home.
You come see our house first.
Yeah, we'll wait for them to tell us if they're gonna pick you up or they need us to take you. So you'll be staying with us for a little bit. Uh,
Vitari make letters to your papa.
Ooh, Papa.
saying all this while we're hooking up Nigris and his stuff, and
And I'm like
so
trying to look around so I can talk to McCall and stuff. Like you're just like ever so slightly moving out of position.
do our best to push him back in there. It's our God, there we go. And yeah, as soon as we got him hooked up, put levitation on McCall. And so let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Through the city streets, you see that the entire town is getting worse, and that the range of this sickness is growing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, seems like we definitely for sure need to get offered out of here before this entire area rendered uninhabitable.
But
Yeah.
our new place we're going to is going to suffer the same fate.
Yeah.
Not if we bury him outside of town.
We're gonna speak
so
and
they
bury
can-
this boy to see if it works.
Ooh, we should consult the druids. The druids will know how to cleanse him.
Yeah, we should go straight to the king and be like, if you don't want your whole kingdom being sick, revive this man now.
That or they're just gonna be like, no, just burn him.
No, we could have dumped him off the side of the country. No, they were not going to do that.
I mean, there's also the question as to whether if we did that, eventually the aura around him would expand far enough to begin encroaching on land again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever we do with him, it's probably a good idea to make sure he's disposed of properly.
has anybody... I guess Vitari would probably be the closest one, but would anybody have studied Chernobog at all?
Not Cornelius for sure.
Okay, I singled out Vitari because he's like the religious one, you know?
Yeah.
And he actually has a number of nails. Would you say that you read anything about it?
I probably
Forced to?
just a bit. Yeah. I think it was forced stuff that I had to read to know a bit.
Would you like to do a check of some sort?
I can do like
It'd probably be
a his-
intelligence based.
I could do a history check and see if this boy remembers.
If you're near Dominicus, you can have guidance.
I can also guide myself. I have that.
Okay.
So I will do that.
Sitting
Yeah,
on
he's a good roll.
Natus's back, you're just like think, like Winnie the Pooh, like doing your absolute best. Remember, brain blast. And you're able to basically remember that although not much was known enough to teach people like all they need to know, the blood of Chernobog is probably exactly what you've all surmised, which is basically just living disease.
Yes.
And without someone that is compatible to hold it back, it will slowly infect a wide radius, wider than anybody's ever been able to record without it being suppressed, you know?
So this is how we cure
Mhm.
okra by letting it take another host.
You can either let it take another host or bring him back because he's been living with this for like 11 years.
I
Alrighty.
wonder if we could host it in the mold knife grade, so
I don't know. It seems like it needs a.
But as this progresses and time goes on without a living host to suppress it, it will slowly infect everyone with every disease known to this mortal realm.
Alright. There's like
All at
nothing
once.
that I've seen. There's nothing I've seen to just contain or destroy it other than a living host.
Well, you'll have to give me an Arcana check for this one, which I think is probably the same, right?
Yes.
I can actually do you better.
I mean, you would actually be able to think of this one, too.
I'll try my best here.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I don't know that part. I just know
Okay,
he's a living host.
you know the history and stuff,
Yeah.
and that you could possibly find another living host to suppress it. Cornelius, however, thinks, what if we were to encase him in like a coffin of mercury?
There's an idea.
Like glass panels, put the mercury in between the glass, and just let it sit. Or any other ways of thinking of that.
Just for the point of mentioning it and not mentioning it, I wonder if the doctor's leeches could help as well. And plus, he could bring us some mercury.
Or maybe he
I
has a
mean,
box.
We could totally bring him to the doctor, and it's at the Mercury Falls, so we could have the doctor make the box and then just fill it with mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll see. 'Cause I don't know about the mercury stuff.
Would you like to
You guys.
would you like to like say that you could try to give it to someone else?
I mean, I would. As soon as I came back to them, I'd probably mention what I knew, that it needs a living host, as far as I know, and we either find somebody else or revive Ocarith.
I'll do it, says Prisma.
All right, I'll need her to make a
Surprise, Lynette, you were late and now you're fucking moldy.
No, you're.
She ate that.
Oh man.
but anyone can attempt. Out of character, I will also say that you will have to roll a 1d10,000, and you are compatible on a natural 10,000.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay.
Those are long odds.
So, we'll
But if you
just-
get it, you get free Plague Bearer Sorcerer levels that don't count against your level maximum.
Oh my god. If it was a lesser odds, I'd go for that.
I mean, you're not wrong.
After that, you would have to level it up like normal, but they still don't count against your maximum level.
Always wanted to be higher than level 20.
I think the fastest option is probably just trying to convince the king to let his daughter revive Ocarina.
I mean, either way, we're gonna want that coffin for sure.
Yeah. I got the whistle. Whistle on the. Once they tell me about that, I'll probably use it for the doctor.
I'm always dying to say, "Caw, motherfucker!"
Use that raven head whistle.
All right. And as you do, a raven flies down on in and waits for you to tell it your message.
This is Vitari. We could really use a coffin filled with mercury. If you're able to do so.
A glass coffin.
A glass coffin full of mercury. For a person who's 5'10".
All right, it takes off.
And there's like put Ockers in the cart. So everyone hop on there too as much as they can and tell Gallant teleport us away.
As he coughs into his hand, you see on his white gloves they're now covered in blood. And he begins to cast his spell through a bleeding throat.
Yeah.
And you zap on out of there. And you find yourselves transported to the teleport circle station, basically.
Yeah.
In the middle of Lacede. Because that's where he originally said that he would send you once you did these jobs for him.
Yep.
Those of you who know the town well, Vitari, growing up there, you know where you are.
Yeah. Alright guys, let's hurry up. To the castle. And our place is on the way to the castle, right? Like,
It's a little bit on the side, but it's next to it, close to it. I don't know why I even bring that little detail up in my mind, you know? It's like it doesn't change anything.
I was mostly if it was on like a straight line too there, but yeah, if it's a little
No, you would have to take a left and go down 4 houses.
Okay.
But then,
I
you
would
know,
just have us keep going straight then to the
you'd
castle.
you'd have to make a U-turn and turn back onto the road that you were originally on, and then there's the gate.
Sounds like a driving skill check to me, regardless of what way we go.
I mean, he's going through his
I mean, you're gonna have to put a little bit of extra effort in. because you're not feeling too good and you're just steadily getting worse. So yeah, you can roll it. All right, you were able to drive that thing, man. But yeah, you were able to kind of go through the town, and seems like everywhere you go, people begin to feel bad.
Oh yeah.
You walk past somebody and they just immediately start vomiting for no reason. And they're like, huh, that's weird.
Sorry. Just feeling great a second ago.
Thankfully, no one can trace it back to us.
Hey, those guys walked by.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, do you want to stop by your house?
No, we're going straight to the castle. There's no time for pit stops. No.
All right. Well, the castle gates open for you like normal, since you've gone in there a couple of times. You've still got the ape with you. It's not
Yeah.
it's not the most professional you've ever been
No. No.
going into the castle.
I'll probably drop him there and tell him to call. Wait here.
And the entire time that you guys are doing this, you are all steadily getting worse as well.
Yeah.
Until you are pretty much just like Gatsby was, trying to kind of hold your coughs so you're not coughing too much blood on the passersby and stuff. But you kind of push your way through a little bit more urgently than usual until you are in the throne room.
Is the king here?
Yes, he is there, and he is actually in the middle of a meeting.
And now everybody in the meeting is sick.
Yeah.
They were sick before you got in that room.
Yeah. It's like, we're like, sir, Your Highness, we got an emergency here. Oh god. Oh god.
And seeing as you are all bleeding from your eyes and mouths and ears, you're all sweating and pale. Some of you even green.
Oh.
He holds his hand up. He holds his hand up to stop the person who's speaking to him. And walks over to you. What is happening?
I'll tell him. Akris, one of our members, he had the blood of Turnabach in him. He was killed at our last an encounter we had, and we realized the sickness from him is radiating. Everyone I know, it needs a living host, or for him to be revived. It would be hard to find a replacement host. Reviving him is the best option. Otherwise, the sickness will just keep spreading and spreading.
He looks at you for about a half a second before he stands up and says, "Everyone, my apologies, but you must leave the hall."
Oh god.
And they don't even question the order. They just leave. And you see Healer hanging from a chandelier above you all. He's like, "Oh, man. You guys are looking bad."
I give him a little wave.
He's just hanging from the chandelier from his tail. Just upside down. What'd you say?
Is he not feeling sick?
He's the plague blade. Of course he's not feeling sick.
Yeah, I'm the fell blade of disease. You really expect me to fall to some...
Oh, I was gonna say, sounds like a great host idea to me.
And he
I'm
coughs up blood into his hand, and he's like, "That's not right."
Yeah.
Well, he may not be feeling sick, but plainly the effects are still hurting him.
Yeah.
And you see as he just kind of like uses his chain and dagger to grapple himself to the wall, and he's like, "That guy's dangerous!" And like swings out through the door.
He could have helped out. Bringing the body inside.
It's already inside.
Or is it okay?
I'm not gonna make you guys leave it outside. So that you just, "Oh, I gotta go back outside and bring it inside."
Yeah, Nadus just went into the throne room as well, didn't he?
Yeah, this is just you pulling the cart through the doors.
Just pull the cart inside.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been in here.
I'll be like,
You
Don't worry
all
about that.
bloody and in such an urgent fashion, the guards didn't even make you leave Nadus outside. They just let you through. They were like, "What is going on?" Why?
what's happening?
I mean, that tracks bloody adventurers coming charged through the door with a full-on cart in tow. Must be an emergency.
Not to
Also
mention,
probably
you've
curious
seen a
what's
number of
going
the door guards, so they know you.
Yeah.
Or at least know of you. So yeah. Everyone evacuates the room. And the king orders someone on the outside, Apollyon actually, to bring his daughter. And he rushes to get her and brings her back in almost no time. Meanwhile, the king walks over to you and says, "Is the body in the cart?"
Yeah, he's wrapped up in a tarp.
As he reaches in and grabs him with one hand, he just lifts him up, almost like he's a pillow.
Say, don't unwrap him though. That blood is feisty.
And he lays him on the floor as Princess Lucina walks in, seeming completely unaffected by it.
Ah. Just us all bloody. So you look lovely today.
Oh yes, I feel just fine too, thank you. She kind
That's great.
of gives you a little kind of thing.
That's great for you.
And she says, well, you know this takes an hour, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we know. We know. Okay.
And King Lucius says, you'll be safe deeper in the chamber. And he just carries Okrith like a piece of luggage. Meanwhile, the blood, you can just see it poking, trying to get through the tarp. And he just kind of smacks it. Says, settle down.
Oh man.
And as he and Princess Lucina walk to the back of the throne room, he opens a set of double doors that seem to be perfectly integrated into the wall. You didn't even know that they were there until he opened them in front of you. And he lets his daughter walk in ahead of him. Places Okrith... Well, he kind of throws him, if I'm being more honest. Throws him down the hallway. And shuts the doors.
Okay.
And although all of you are feeling terrible, once those doors shut, you're still not feeling good, but you're feeling better than you were.
Okay.
Must be some heavy duty water on those doors.
Yeah. Oh. Well. So like, how you been, Apollyon?
He kind of signs, well, can't complain.
Just be like, I can complain about a lot right now.
And he kind of gives you an I'll bet.
Nada starts sniffing around the throne room for a place to do poo-poops.
Like, Natus, don't poop in here.
I need to poop.
Go, we'll let you go and let him outside. So go.
Thinking bloody
go.
worms as well.
Let him be near McCall so they can chat out there.
Yeah, chat while you poop.
Chat while you poop. Or just be in a stall and talk to your neighbor while you poop.
Oh, that don't look too good, Nene.
Good man.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's not very good looking. It's pretty miscolored. But anyway, once those doors are closed, the king walks out of the hall and says, "Everyone, my apologies. We may continue our meeting now." And ushers everyone back inside. And he points to everyone else, all of you, and says, "Go get some rest." And remember, you still have 3 days of rest before you come back to see me.
That's cool. I don't think I ever want to visit the Hanging Gardens for a good while.
Might be a pretty nice place to visit if you didn't escalate some plans that were already in motion.
If I go there, it's gonna be on vacation, and I ain't doing no work. If I see something go down, I'm gonna look the other way.
Sounds awfully lazy.
Well, we'll go back. I'll recast levitation on McCall so he can take him back to our place.
And as you
Nadis
get
will
there,
try. Oh, sorry. beg your
go
pardon.
ahead.
I was just going to say, Nadis tries his best to tell Prisma and to see what he's just done, poo-wise. See if she wants some.
She's gonna try to scoop up that poo.
Maybe she's hungry. Maybe she wants a snack. But you get home and you find Janice.
Hello. Hello, Janice. You doing good?
From what you can tell, the house, the mansion looks way better. Like he has been working on it with the carpenters that you left here after talking with them.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. Was it a bath?
It was a bath. It's
Yeah.
been like 400 years since we talked about it.
Yeah, but we did think of a bath in the foyer, didn't we?
Something like that, I think.
I don't really remember, but the place is fixed up.
Yeah. I guess.
And Janice greets you all on your way home. Blood running down your chins and out of your eyes. It's dried now, but...
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you're all back!"
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to be home. Home sweet home.
Are you all okay?
Not really. Oh, Chris died.
Oh, well that's pretty sad. I didn't know him very well, but...
The sickness from his body was spreading and attacking everything, making everybody sick.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Had get the king to help us revive him. It's happening. So if you feel sick, it's because of Akra's dead body. And hopefully won't feel sick for long.
I was feeling slightly under the weather a couple minutes ago, so... Yeah.
Yeah, we passed by. It's a pretty big range. I'm gonna go let the gorilla out in the back.
Gorilla?
Yeah, we're we're babysitting for a little bit. Did we get any letters from the circus?
Yes, you did. You got a letter from the Vonomois Entertainment troupe.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't addressed to me, so I didn't open it. Would you like me to open it now?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, he just... You just see that, like, a little prestidigitation, he creates a letter opener and just slices it open and it disappears. And he opens it up, reads it, and says, "Thank you for finding our precious baby McCult. We are currently stuck in the savannah doing shows for the towns nearby, so we will not be able to come get it ourselves. However, if you are heading our way and you bring McCult to us, we will reward you for your service.
Alright.
Yours
Sounds good.
truly, Pierre Von Amois."
Pierre Alright, thank you, Janice. Relay that to McCult. Tell him, like, hey, just hang out here. Don't leave the mansion area. Alright, and when we go off, you'll be coming with us. We're gonna drop you off home.
Gay,
For
gay,
now, just hang out.
gay, gay.
Alright, get some sleep or stretch out. Now you're stuck in the cage for too long.
Yeah, me not like cage.
Yeah, kid.
Sorry about that.
I don't
Never
like
be
it.
in cage. First time in cage, not like cage.
Oh, alright, no cage from here on out. And I go find my room and I can just curl up, fetal position in the bed.
All the
Just,
time.
you're just gonna depress nap.
Yeah.
Depression nap.
Pretty much.
I give McCall the tour as I'm like marking my territory and like rhino barking at people that go past the gate. Like and telling McCall is like, "This is a fun game. Watch this." Rattling on the gate as someone walks past.
And as you do that, he kind of and then he grabs the gate and lightly jingles it. Like he's not trying to destroy it. So, like he could basically just step over this wall, you know? And he's just like peeking over and jingling the gate because it makes a nice noise. And he's just going at everyone that goes by, helping you bark at them.
Yes.
Oh,
We do that for hours, and then I just zonk out.
just for hours hearing that outside. This oh god.
Yeah, you just hearing the "Meh! Meh!"
It's like, oh, I wish I had a silent spell.
Oh, it's brilliant. That's the funnest thing I've done. Oh god.
That's nature having pets.
Yep.
Alright, anything anybody else wants to do besides depression nap?
Correct if I'm wrong. We still have Barsom and his dad around, yes?
They're in town somewhere, yeah. Probably around their own house, though.
In that case, Cornelius is going to maintain his gear, clean himself up a bit, and then probably hit the sack.
Yeah, after having a fever of like 102, 103, 105, 125,000. You're probably kind of sleepy, even if you did just wake up from a
Yeah.
long rest not too long ago.
Suddenly very exhausted.
I'll take my temporary hit points off then.
Good thing they're free.
Yeah.
Would anyone like a restroom or snack break before we come back, though?
It's good. Sounds good, yeah.
Alrighty. I just want to be accommodating, you know? So I will be right back.
I will also be right back.
Yep, same.
I'm not sleeping. You're sleeping. Who's sleeping? Yeah, it was longer than 20 minutes.
I'm back. Welcome, Lynette. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome back, and hello, Luna.
I have to mute the stream because I'm getting an echo. I'm awake. I swear I'm awake.
You missed an insane part there.
What did I miss?
Oh, do you remember Okrith's dead?
Yeah, I remember he's dead.
Yeah, so his blood was escaping and trying to inflict every disease known to man on the whole town.
Oh, Jesus.
And then when Vitari was going over to investigate, it was physically attacking him.
Uh,
So we evacuated from the Hanging Gardens and went straight to the king, burst into the throne room, told him what was up, and now his daughter is trying to resurrect Okrith because we would either need to find another host or revive him so the blood wouldn't like escape and make everyone diseased.
oh, shit.
So we're back home now in our mansion.
In our mansion. We have a mansion, that's right. Wowee. Well, I
Yeah.
haven't missed much then.
Not really. It was a bit panicky. It took us a while to get here, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Other than the fact that Nate has made a big poop and wanted to show it off to Prisma because he was proud.
Thank you, Denichi. That makes me proud.
You what?
I did a big emergency poop after I wasn't feeling too well. I think it was all like bloody and wormy.
What the fuck?
And then because I can't speak to you, I was still trying to like get your attention to show you because I know you like collecting poop. So I don't know.
I don't like collecting poop.
I mean, you do use Goblin Diary a lot.
It was given to me as poison.
I mean, that bloody wormy poop sounds like poison to me.
Ah! Gross.
I mean, putting poop on weapons has been a time-honored tradition for poisoning your enemies.
I mean, I had poop put on me by Poopy Breath, but that was it.
Yeah, as a joke, we were going to make you take Okrith's blood. Because you
Me?
because you weren't you. It's like, sorry, Lynette, you slept in, and now you're moldy.
No.
I'm
I didn't
here.
mean to sleep in. I didn't mean to sleep in, I swear.
I'm back.
It just
Welcome
happened.
back, Lee.
Yeah, but we
Worth
saved
noting.
your life.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we all hurriedly changed our minds when we discovered it was a 1 in 1,000 shot that you'd even survive.
1 in
Oh,
10,000.
You guys were gonna kill me?
No, when we found out the odds, we're like, okay, nobody rolling those dice.
Yeah, what would have happened if you didn't get the 10,000? Would you die?
No, you would have to roll a Constitution save. And if you succeed, you'd be able to like pull away, but you would never be able. You would never be able to attempt it again, I should say.
If it was a D100, I would have totally done that. I would like to be a level 20 odd.
But if you did fail, you would take. I got it written down here. 20d8 necrotic damage.
God,
But you could survive that, you know.
I could possibly survive that. Can I roll it anyway, just even though it didn't happen?
Yeah, and it's not like this is a retcon or anything.
So D100.
D10,000.
Yeah. Do you actually write a D10,000?
Yeah, it works because it's a computer. I've done it before.
Right. So
It might
it's not
take
really
a little
happening.
while.
But if I roll a 10,000 here, you know, just saying. Okay, miles off. What the shape of it, Cookazool?
it would be a sphere, or near as makes no difference.
D10,000. Oh my god. A D100 is a ball. D10,000.
Oh yeah, my mother
You'd
says
have to do
happy
it.
birthday to you, by the way. She said it a long time ago, but I forgot to send it.
Oh,
Oh,
whose
thank
birthday is
you.
it?
It was mine
When?
on the 6th.
Oh,
No.
my sister's birthday's on the 7th.
Oh,
Happy birthday to you too.
Happy birthday to you as well.
Birthday to you both.
yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry we missed it.
It's alright. I'm a 30-year-old woman now.
Oh, I also
Uh-huh.
told her that you were talking about cutting your hair off into a pixie cut, and she says, "Don't do it. You'll hate it. If you're gonna do it gradually. Because whenever I turned 30, I cut my hair off and shave into a shaved pixie, and I had really long hair, and I was so depressed, and I hated it. She'll hate it." Her exact words.
Okay, you get into character and everything.
Okay. I'll take that into consideration. I mean, we were gonna just do it in layers. Like, the person who's gonna cut my hair, he's like, "Okay, are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "I think I am." He's like, "Okay, just to be sure, we're gonna do this in layers, so just in case you change your mind. Because once it's cut, girl." I'm like, "I know." Okay.
Yeah, so she did it, and she got incredibly depressed that it was gone. And
Oh God.
she has never met anyone who has done that from such a drastic change and actually felt good about it.
Oh God. Okay. I'll take her word for it. Oh God. I don't want to cut all my hair off either. It's just
You want to change, right?
I do want something different, yeah.
So start doing pigtails instead of ponytails.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it works, right?
Yeah. 30's not 40, you know?
I'm still getting
I
a
mean,
trim.
could always deal with dreadlocks.
Reds are cool.
I'm still getting a trim, but I'll keep that in consideration. Don't cut it all off. Don't cut it all off. Don't cut it all off. It's all my hair. You can't see it, but I'm literally petting my hair right now.
Braided twin tails.
Woo!
It
I haven't
also
done
has the
those.
benefit of being really easy to do. Speaking as the person who does her hair.
I haven't done those in a while.
You guys are so cute.
You are totally cute. Yeah, I just do ponytail.
So
'cause it's
wholesome.
easy.
Just in case that came off as like sarcastic, it's not sarcastic. It's meant to be like an actual compliment. I know that I'm always sarcastic, so.
I mean, it didn't sound sarcastic to me, but maybe that's just because I'm a little better at picking up on self-amusing people's demeanor.
All right, are we all back?
I think we're still missing Joey and
No,
I
I'm
heard
here.
Joey. The only person we're missing is Tanner. And he's always
Yes.
missing.
Yes, I am here.
welcome back.
All right, so did you all catch her up on what happened?
More or less.
So we
Important
are
part.
resurrecting Akron?
It's either that or lots of people die.
Or we seal him in a glass coffin full of mercury.
Yeah, that could work.
Yes, but that might take too long. So
Did you collect
Okay.
any of Nadis's poo, Lynette? That's all I want to know.
No, I did not collect your poop!
Okay.
Might make it into some
Wasted
candy.
opportunity.
Good God, no!
make it more poison or something.
No!
I'm gonna stop you guys with the whole poison and poop being the same thing.
Well, you could give someone an infection. She sit there.
Yeah, because it was disease poop. It isn't just my normal poop. It was like red and wormy.
Where'd you get
No,
the worms?
Yeah, where?
Have you played too much Divinity? Have you seen what that infected blood looks like?
Oh my god!
He didn't give you
Yeah,
worms. If anything, he would have killed any worms that were inside of you. Just by being too
French
close.
benefit of having dead offers around.
So no, I did not collect your poop.
Okay, but Nada's poop strong.
No. I doubt it's as good as the goblin do. And I didn't even know it was due when I bought it.
Hey. She came in here to tell me. Is she there? Did she show up? Did you warn her?
Oh
It's
my God.
devastating.
Did she really?
Yeah. She's like so afraid that you're gonna cut off all your hair now.
I won't cut off all my hair! I promise! Oh God!
And she said, her hair's beautiful. She's crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Crazy.
Okay, baby, I go crazy. I hear her! Oh my God!
She can hear you. She's like shaking. It's so funny.
Fine, I won't cut my hair. Tell her I won't cut my hair.
She says she won't cut her hair.
I'll trim it, but I won't cut it.
She'll trim it, but she won't cut it.
Blame her. I done that. And it takes so long.
And it takes so long to grow back, she says.
I know. It took me a decade to get it this long.
Once, and then I let my mom cut it.
She said it's never grown back that long again since. It happened once, and then, me grandma cut it.
Never trust her again either.
And never trust her again either, she says.
Trim it.
She asked her to trim it, and she took like a foot off. She
Oh
just
my
wanted
God.
like a half an inch, and she took a foot. And she's covering her she's covering her mouth like she's gonna throw up now.
No, I'm fucking gonna cry.
You are crying a little bit.
Devastating.
She's so funny.
If you're trying to scare me, it's working.
She just derailed everything, but it was great. All right, continue. What were you saying? What were you doing? Okay, we got
I don't even
Vitari
remember.
depression napping.
Yeah.
Depression napping for what?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Where were you? Where the fuck have you been?
What?
Just explain what was going on.
Okra's dead. What
Oh.
more do you want?
We got hunger, bleeding from our eyes, from the sickness being near his body.
We are?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah, well, it stopped now.
You
but
didn't
we
mention
were.
that part. Distraction.
I kind of did.
When did you mention that we were bleeding out of our eyes?
Oh no, yeah. I guess you had to be
Yes.
there.
We were very sick from being near his dead body. Alright,
I
his
mean,
blood attacked me. And I got
He
too
literally
close.
said the blood was leaking from him and spreading. He said nothing about it actually hurting us and making us bleed from the eyes.
It was more like
From my
radiating
poo.
a sickness.
Yeah, he mentioned his wormy poo. That's it.
And if
Which
I
apparently
was
wasn't even true.
if I was to say how big the radius got before you got it there, it would have been around like maybe 2 miles.
Jesus.
Yes, it's getting big.
2-mile radius.
Gallant
What
is
about
definitely-
Gatsby and everybody?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
we
was
like-
like coughing blood while he was trying to teleport you guys back to Lacede.
Yeah, so he was pretty happy to like be rid of us.
Uh,
There.
Well, more
That's
specifically,
second.
be rid of Okra.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I wanted
guess
to
we'll
speak to him. I wanted to speak to him about this debt that I've got as well, and I didn't get the opportunity.
I was gonna say we'll mention back all that stuff after this. I can use sending, so I can send a message
Nice. Okay. Good
about all
point.
that. So we'll see you. Prisma keeps her pinky.
Yeah, you didn't really get that finished up.
I didn't remember all the details of that, so.
It's finished.
What about the bakery part? Where she sell some cookies or something?
What
I
if,
don't remember if that was part of the deal. There was something about having a little bake sale.
no, that wasn't part of the deal. That was just something she suggested, and he was like, "Sure, if you want to."
Well, yeah. We'll mention that after we rest up a little bit and make sure.
Basically,
Oscar
today is a free day.
a free day.
Free day. So, like, if we really wanted to, Dominicus could enlarge Nadus, and McCult could ride him around the courtyard.
Whoa.
Sounds dangerous.
It sounds
law.
fun.
Sounds dangerous for our property.
Sounds like a lot of flailing limbs that are big enough to knock down walls.
Okay, then.
Mind you, we could reduce McCull and put him on Natus's back.
Yeah.
Less dangerous.
Yeah, I think it's
Still fun.
dangerous if McCult gets bored, so I'm doing my part.
Or we could take him shopping. Actually, probably a bad idea.
Yeah, you should stay there. We'll send Janice out to go get some extra fruit and such.
Actually, since we're talking about him, so let's discuss this monkey rune then.
Yeah, you guys still have it.
Who's using that?
I don't recall.
You're the only one with the great sword, right, Janichi?
I lent it to Dominicus.
What, the sword?
Yes, I lent the sword to Dominicus.
I haven't even got that on there.
Oh, and the sword has the monkey grip rune on it.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so what sword is it? Just a great sword?
Yes, it's a great sword. It's the Mold Knight's great sword.
Oh my god. Oh, nice. Great sword.
Alright.
Yes, the one we got from Knight.
Yeah, I thought you were still using that, but okay.
No, Dominicus wanted to borrow it, so I lent it to him.
Well, thank you.
Oh my god, I love it.
Mind you, I was thinking if we get
What?
Awkward back, I might lend it to him too.
Oh my god.
It's not an oversized sword, so he wouldn't have disadvantage on everything.
And plus, the friend ate his oversized sword, so
Well, yeah, so when Okrith gets back, maybe we could give it to him as a present?
quite possibly. And since it's got the monkey grip rune, he can use it one-handed,
Yeah.
meaning that he can use a bare hand offhand strike as well. Maybe we can have Aladdin teach him how to fight hand to hand.
Right, so I'm not even going to put it on the character sheet then. I think it's a great present to show him how much we value his life.
Yeah.
And all of the help, I mean, huh.
I mean, he took a lot of hits for us.
He's third.
His huh. I'm being mean
We
to
all
him now.
value his sturdy body.
We value his wall of hit points that he has taken
Yep.
to keep you guys from taking it in yourselves.
Well, if he uses the sword with the monkey grip, would he have disadvantage?
No, he wouldn't have disadvantage.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because it's a regular size
Roll
sword.
straight.
And might actually be the perfect weapon for him.
So would that make it the Mold Great Knight Sword a versatile weapon?
No, it would.
No.
It would basically stay the same. Just you would be able to have something in your offhand like a shield, if you're proficient in them, you know,
Or another sword.
or a spellcasting focus.
Yes. Which, since Alfred is a sorcerer, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. And then he's going to be super kick-ass. Because it was all that sword.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he'll kill the Mold Knight Great Sword creature inside though. I didn't think about it, you know. I never thought about him losing his sword.
I mean, I don't know. Would it kill the creature inside? Because they're both molded, so they should theoretically be compatible.
Makes sense.
Let me
Yeah,
check my
I wonder.
molded zombie sheet real quick. It's been a while since you've seen him, so
Molded zombie sheet.
yeah,
Goodness, you have a whole sheet for them.
yeah,
Find a lot of them.
yeah. You fought against them. Okay, maybe the higher tier molded is. I mean, that would be a higher tier molded. Maybe it's. Okay, yeah, they gain immunity to necrotic after a while,
Nice.
so he wouldn't kill it.
It's like, Arkrith, not only is this a replacement sword, but it's also a reason to never leave us again. You have to make sure you feed this thing.
It technically gets fed every single time someone hits with the bite attack too, so as long as you do that like once per battle and then like feed it like an actual meal like once a day other than the battles, then its upkeep is pretty easy.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Excuse me.
I'm down over there.
Sorry.
Everybody's
Something
sick, just give her a break.
No, just something dry in my throat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Choked
disease.
a second.
Mm-hmm.
Or we
That's
call that
Ocrith.
disease, right?
I would call it a piece of dust that flew in my throat, but okay.
Yep.
It was a piece of Ocrith.
Oh God.
But,
So what do we do?
well, we're
Yeah,
just-
other than playing around for the day, you can train or do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll sadly practice my flute. My pan flute.
And will everybody blow their native whistle they've got?
Performance. Yeah.
Worth a shot.
And as you are sadly performing your flute, Lucis, it's like, man, that's depressing.
It sure is. It sure is.
And Prisma will be like, man, that's depressing. Totally not knowing that she said it in her blah, blah, blah language.
Yeah, it is.
Would have been funnier if you would have said to Lucis, "You could say that again," and then Prisma says it. But all right, after about an hour, the door opens up, and Okrith comes in, looking like he was just hotboxed in a car with the worst fart ever.
He gets charged by Nagus, who's really relieved to see him.
You're gonna take some damage.
Yeah, I'll take a lot because normally I just like peck him or a little bit, but now I'm totally like snuggling. Give me that damage.
All right, you can have. We'll. I mean, it's for every 6 seconds you're touching him, you're taking 3 damage. So,
Okay.
how much do you want to? How many seconds do you think that you can deal with?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay,
15
so
damage.
15 damage. And whenever he sees that you're not, you're not backing off, even though you're taking damage, he kind of takes the ability to just go ahead and give you some rubbins because he's like, because ever since meeting you guys, this is the most physical affection he's had since he was like 10.
My God, I'm tearing up.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, am going to give him a friendly clap on the shoulder and welcome him back.
And he's
Go to him and give him a hug as well.
and you will take
You're
half of
back.
3 then.
Yes.
And he's kind of seeming a little overwhelmed here. The fact that you guys are touching him anyway.
Oh, then I'll tell him, just like, where your bed's at, but I'm gonna take a rest.
And with like his eyes welling up just a little bit. He's like trying to hold it back a little bit, but he's like, okay.
Could we have left his sword on his bed with like a ribbon on it or something?
Oh, you could?
Well, I'm really asking Denichi if he would do that as well, because I think it's for you to give it to him, kind of thing. Like.
I would absolutely do that. So yeah, when he gets to his room, he's going to find the sword all trussed up neatly for him, with a note letting him know that this is for him to use on account of we lost his other one.
Well, he does go on to his room, and you don't see him until the next day.
Man, I actually cried there. I fucking shed 3 fucking real tears.
What, dog? The dog's more upset than I am.
Apparently. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. anything else you want to do? Because if not, we're going to the next day.
Blow whistles, please. Can everyone roll me a d20 that has a whistle?
Yeah, I
Do I have a whistle?
I believe so.
think so.
I believe everyone in the party does.
Yeah. I got a 1.
Whoa, I got 20!
Yeah!
Nice.
Charisma with
Can we
whistle
bang that?
skills.
Vitari, you mistake your flute for the whistle.
Like, oh, sorry.
You got a 1!
And then you're
Oh,
too
that was
embarrassed to
hard.
try it again after everybody has done theirs.
It's like, oh, it's go back to practicing.
Okay, awesome.
All right. And you have yourself yet another long rest, and you have today and the next day, and then you need to meet with the king again. Got last 2 free days.
I will do athletics for my armor training.
Alrighty, roll it. Nice.
Very
Wow, nat 20.
Bravo.
Are we baking these?
That's for his
not this
proficiency
one.
for his armor.
Yes.
I mean, are we baking the one I got?
That's also for a proficiency for Natus understanding whistles.
Darn it. Oh, the dog's wanting to go out. I'll be right back.
Think she'll fall asleep again?
I doubt it.
Just on the way to the door.
So we deserve some downtime, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Cactus kind of been through hell lately. Especially what with being the most wanted people in the entire city for, 2 days straight?
For a good while there.
And from what you remember about the job that the king is going to be sending you on, to basically get some information from the lab at the Looking Glass Lake on the drugs and sitch. You know that you'll be going through the savannah to get there, so you can stop by the carnival on the way with McCult.
Okay, cool.
So you actually do have just these today and the next day completely off. So
So
yeah,
it all works out pretty nicely.
8 hours of armor training from Vitari.
Yep.
Which, just for flavor, I'll say that Okrith is kind of practicing with his new sword too, and helps you with your armor training
That's good. Yeah.
by basically swinging at you.
Trying to dodge.
But he's not doing it like crazy. He's not,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna kill you.
I'm sorry to ask you this week, but how many days has passed since I made this deal?
What deal?
The rune that I've got to pay 300 gold every month for 10 months.
Which rune is that?
I can't remember. I've not even written it down, but I think it might be the gouge rune.
I think we paid that off.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure we bought the grapple one outright, but I think the gouge one I took on. Oh no, it's the meat shield one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the meat shield one I took on loan.
Ah, yeah.
You've had the meat shield. Where did you get that? Did you get that in the Hanging Gardens?
No.
Got it here?
Got it in Langrisser?
Yeah,
I think.
Langrisser on the way to the Hanging Gardens?
Yes.
Okay. Then it took you a whole day basically to get there from Lacede. So go ahead and take one day off there. And then you were in the Hanging Gardens for, I think, 4 days? All in all.
Okay.
And then you spent a day in Lacede. And then today.
Thank you. A week.
Yeah. And now every time we say long rest, basically just go ahead and put like a check mark or something.
Will do.
All right. And anything anybody else wants to do?
I can't think of anything myself. Charisma is
What?
away. Oh, yes, you're back. Welcome back. Anything you want to do in the intervening time before the big meet with the king?
Yeah, you got 2 days. Today and tomorrow before you need to meet the king.
I need to make more arrows. So I have the tiny wood carving kit.
Cornelius will assist.
Hooray!
Probably still got a good chunk of wood left over.
Yeah, I do. Out of my log. Do I need to roll anything for this?
Sleight of hand. And since you're using your wood carving kit, are you proficient with that, or are you gaining proficiency with that?
Gaining proficiency.
Okay, so you would use it without proficiency bonus. I don't know if you have proficiency in sleight of hand, but so that would basically just make it a dexterity.
It's regular. Ah!
I am helping, so you have advantage.
Oh, okay.
All right,
That's
then
right.
you can add that 24 to your proficiency learning of the wood carver tool.
Yay! Thank you, Cornelius. Where am
You're
I?
welcome. Super glad I thought to do that.
Okay, so it's 30 plus 26 now. So it's 56.
All right, and roll a, let's say, roll a 2d10.
Slash roll 2d10.
All right, and I'll just straight up give you 5 arrows, so you are able to make 17 arrows in that time.
Hooray! And I had 7 left over, so I have 24.
Respectful number of arrows.
Pretty good.
Woo!
And I'm also going to throw in, because I saw what was in the chat earlier, that you're kind of messing around with your poisons a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Trying out some new things. And actually, that makes me wonder. I haven't looked at this in a while. You've been level 7 for how long and you just added this?
Well, I'm actually technically level 8 now.
Yeah, I know. But you were level 7 for how long?
Oh, yeah. I had extra administrations. Yeah. I can now make ingested and contact poison.
Yeah,
And inhale poison.
you could make that like a whole level ago is what I'm saying.
It just didn't come up.
I'm sure it could have. If you knew
Well,
that you
now
could
I
use
can.
it. Anyway.
Well, now I can.
Anyway.
I can choose a number of vials to create a miniature. Okay, so let's see. How many vials can I make per long rest?
I don't remember.
Where is it? Hunter's Venom. It says the cost of materials to create these files, create just a number equal to your ranger level.
Plus your wisdom modifier.
So 8 plus 3. So I can make 11 now. Cool.
Is that
Let's see
11
here.
vials or 11 uses?
11
vials.
any uses.
If you use it
11
on
vials of any-
if you use it on ammo, you can coat 3 pieces of ammo. So that's basically 33 pieces of ammo poisoned.
Okay, so I'm going to create, let's see here.
It's a little bit more bookkeeping, but more versatility as well.
I'll create 3 contact, 3 ingested, 3 inhaled, and the rest are going to be the normal poison vials.
Alrighty.
Contact.
Alright, anybody else?
Oh,
Natus, you got anything special you want to do?
Not really. I'm happy just chilling with, like, McCall. Like, this is the first, like, animal friend I've really had. You know, bar Cornelius, but he's not really an animal. But yeah. So I'm just playing about, having fun. Dominicus, on the other hand, I'm embarrassed to do this. I kind of want to just rush through it, but he's going to get to know Priscilla. Like, find out if is it a she? Does she need fed?
I'm sorry?
The bag of scolding I've got as Priscilla.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you named her that though.
Yeah, I probably.
I didn't.
What? I think
who
I
did
said.
we name Priscilla?
I think I said Persilla.
Yeah, that's
Priscilla.
what we need, the bag of scolding.
Oh, as in a purse.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, I told you I'm really slow.
No worries.
Not always.
Yeah,
I was like Priscilla. What?
I'm kind of scared of it as a player, so I want Dominicus to kind of get to know it a little bit and, like, find out what it wants or what I can use it for.
Well, how about I set this scene a little bit? That you are attempting to eat some breakfast or something, and you just feel a strap kind of slap you against the elbow. Straighten up! Do you not know how to use a fork?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
That's better. Dashing young man such as yourself should have great table manners.
Chris was just snickering at you.
He's looking around and
And what are you laughing about, young lady?
Oh no.
I've seen you munching on your candies with your mouth open.
But it's the best way to eat candy.
A true lady closes her mouth while she chews.
But that's not fun.
Manners are not about fun. They're about courtesy, politeness.
I mean, she's not wrong.
I shall turn you into upstanding lords and ladies.
Uh-oh.
Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. I think I prefer being a commoner.
She actually doesn't say anything towards Cornelius. Because although he tried to say that, he said it in a very polite manner.
Oh.
I mean, he does have a noble upbringing, so that tracks. He's certainly not the sort of man who eats with his elbows on the table.
Dominicus just removes his elbows off the table.